This is Boxing Tickets NI. We are here at Academy 1. Delighted to join once again with the hammer, Padraig McCrory. Padraig, we're just over a week out now. I've just obviously watched you hitting the pads there with D for about 45 rounds. You probably look composed, relaxed and confident, obviously, heading into fight week.
Yeah, listen, it's been a long camp. It's been an enjoyable camp, actually. Injuries next to none. Everything's went smooth. So now it's just about gearing up the fight week and getting to Florida, getting to Orlando and settling in and tackling the challenge at hand.
For obviously me as a fight fan, obviously for anybody as fight fan to you, they started to get nervous, they started to get excited for things. How are you feeling obviously heading into fight week?
Yeah, a bit of both. Nervous excitement, of course. It's a massive opportunity for me, so I think if I didn't have nerves, I'd be a strange man. But I'm super excited. This is the opportunity that I've been waiting for, and it's so close now. There's no turning back, and this is it.
David Diamante's obviously good for that. There's no turning back. 7 years, obviously coming up. Obviously 7 years since obviously you made your pro debut. Do you think of obviously all them dreams and aspirations? You never probably thought you would have had moments like you're going to have here now, like DAZN around the world. Obviously main event in Orlando, Florida. Like it really is a stuff of dreams, but it's a stuff of dreams that you've worked hard to achieve. So like this is obviously your solstice, but this isn't the end product for you. Obviously you've obviously dreams of going hopefully further than this. So like does it feel rewarding now that obviously all the sacrifice you've made for years are obviously now come to fruition?
Yeah, I was always told from a young age that if I give dedication, I would reap the rewards, and for the last 7 years I've done that, and no one really expected this, and if I'm honest, I probably didn't either. But as the years went on, the fights started like happening. I became more and more confident in myself as a fighter, as a person, and in my own ability. And now we're main eventing in Orlando, Florida, live in DAZN against one of the stars of the weight, and we're in with a good chance.
I would probably say over the last 7 years, obviously you've had to come through a lot of struggles, obviously fight cards falling through. Obviously Jamie's been trying to make fights for you for the last few years, and TV companies wouldn't accept and everything else. So like you've always had to take a lot of knockbacks to sort of get here, but obviously now you've got this moment. You know, it's probably nearly 2 fingers up to these TV companies that said that you weren't good enough. They sort of, your record probably wasn't good enough for them to obviously they show. Is this for you sort of, does that give you that extra determination to go, I'm going to put 2 fingers up to these TV networks that says I wasn't good enough to be taking these fights?
No, maybe at the time they were probably right. I don't know. They're the ones that deal in the figures. But early on, I realised that boxing wasn't smooth sailing, and them experiences have stuck by me. There's been a lot of people that's helped me through the 7 years, starting off with Kieran Farrell, right through to Jamie Conlan, who's been a massive influence. The Walsh, Ginley, they've been the main figures. So, and early on, we experienced a lot of ups and downs. So, I never took anything personal. I just rebuild myself and now I give them no excuse that they can deny me this opportunity.
There's obviously the dangling cards, obviously there, obviously what could be next, but I guess you have to keep your full focus obviously on Edgar Berlanga. He seems a bit of a trash talker, obviously. It doesn't seem to be as much trash talking to you sort of in the build up to this. I've actually done an interview, it's probably going to go ahead of yours, but obviously you're a fighter, Owen O'Neill. If Berlanga could be underestimating you, obviously D Walsh in your corner there as well, obviously regarded obviously as the Jose Mourinho of Irish boxing. He's just very, very special. He's obviously come up for a very, very good game plan for Edgar Berlanga, so if he's going to disrespect you in any way, he obviously has to look at your corner team as well.
Yeah, listen, we're a great team. Me and D's been together now for 8 fights, and they've been very successful, winning the IBO title, winning a version of the WBC international title. So it's been success. We have built a great bond and a great team, and we have a great game plan that I think is going to work. That's going to help us win this fight. But as you say, there's nothing next unless I beat Berlanga. that's my main focus. That's my main aim. And if we beat him, then it's totally life changing.
Andy Cruz is on your undercard. Like, that's obviously one thing you can sort of take away from obviously everything that's going ahead. You know, one of probably going to be regarded, you know, in years to come as obviously one of the best of our generation. Like it's crazy. You can always say to people, you know, Andy Cruz fought my undercard. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a special fighter. It's a really like a special fighter. I've watched him in his 2 pro fights. I've watched him through the Olympics, and I look forward to some of the fights that he's going to be involved in. If it's like he's John Davis or whatever, like there's massive fights out there, and he's around the weight where there's stars, Stevenson, Haney, and they're all around about there. So to have him on the undercards, it's going to be special for me. But again, my main focus, my main aim is myself, is what I can do in that ring, and if I beat like Berlanga and I do it in fashion, if I do it in style, I become a star overnight.
Just obviously want to take a side for yourself a moment. Obviously, I've seen all the videos and stuff going up this week as a support. All the young kids obviously training in sports. You obviously had your going away sort of party as well. It still get to you. I guess you're a normal human being, and you've always been like that since day one. So when you're seeing people going the extra mile and seeing kids sort of looking up to you now, you become a role model for a lot of people. Like that probably still hurts you deep. Sort of you're going like, what's this all about? You know, are you still sort of having to pinch yourself that so many people are showing so much support for you in the build up this fight?
Yeah, so the amount of goodwill that I get, the amount of support and sort of like well wishes it's incredible. Like there's the kids doing pieces of me and they on their homeworks and everything. Like it's I'll never come to like realize like why, because for me I'm just the same guy I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Obviously I've achieved a wee bit like from boxing, but it doesn't make a difference. Like I will always take like people the way I find them, and like, whether I go on to become a world champion or I don't, I will always like be the same person, and I hope that people look at the same of me, and I think that's the best way to be.
Sean Crowe does your S&C. He's been obviously saying for a while there is no tomorrow. We obviously lost the legend, obviously Apollo Creed. Obviously there the other week. That's a testament that obviously hits home, but for you obviously getting into this fight with Edgar Berlanga, obviously this is all your chips in. This is all or nothing. Obviously there's no option of, you know, I'm winning this and this is it. So you're going to give this your all.
Yeah, listen, I'm totally all in. I'm willing to win the ring, and I'm willing to give my everything, like to come out like the other side as the winner. Apollo Creed, like Rocky, it's a great story and it's a great inspiration as well. So like, listen, if I show up on the night, like anything's possible. As I keep saying, I'm one punch away from shocking the world, and I believe I can do that.
Just obviously when I finally obviously touch on, obviously one of your fighters is obviously going to be making his first batch obviously under Hammer Box, and obviously Owen O'Neill's going to be fighting Dominic Donegan in a domestic at the Ulster Hall on the 30th of March. That's 2 fighters you've got now, and you've got them both straight in a domestic fight. So like obviously you Jared him with Rudy Farrell, and now you obviously Owen him with Dominic Donegan. You obviously know how much domestic fights obviously you had yours with Steve Collins, which was sort of your springboard out. Like you say me Padraig McCrory and you have domestic fights.
I think people like overlook that I took Sean McGlinchey on 24 hours notice. It was Commonwealth Bronze Madness. I think that was my biggest challenge there. So yes, I've had my domestic fights in Sean McGlinchey and Steve Collins. Yeah, listen, it's Owen's. It's his debut, it's the stable, and he's in a very good fight. The fight wasn't hard to make. We were initially meant to take a fight against a journeyman and a keep busy fight to get him back going, because obviously he had a few struggles towards the end of last year. But we got a call, we got asked the question. I forwarded on, and there was no hesitation. It was like, I want that fight. We struck a deal. Donegan done the same. He actually messaged me privately, and I like Dominic, but I gotta be rooting like for my guy, and Owen's my friend as well. Like, so I'm backing him 100%, and I firmly believe that he's gonna win that fight. Jared Hughes, we hopefully have some fight news soon as well, and I think the fight to make later in the year is a rematch with Farrell or that scene and that weight is starting to thrive, and there's going to be loads of opportunity there. So it's exciting, and I look forward to what's to come for more boxing after my own career. Because at the minute I'm just here to look after them two guys, and there may be one or two more, but I want to be able to focus solely on my career first, and then use my contacts and relationships that I've built through the years to help my own fighters as well.
Obviously, just want to finally touch on Edgar Berlanga. Obviously, we know he's going to have probably some fight week antics in some way. Is there anything you want to say in advance of him? Obviously, 2 fight week. I guess I've been putting your messages out there for you. If he underappreciates the talent that you have, he's going to know about it and you land on the chin.
It doesn't matter what he does. It doesn't matter. He can shout and ball and he can call me anything he wants, or he can threaten me whatever he wants. I don't fear him. I'm a 35-year-old man. I don't fear what he has to bring to the table or what he has to say. At the end of the day, we're getting in the ring on the 24th and we're going to fight, and the best man's going to win. One of us is going to come out the winner, and that's it. That's all this shouting and bawling, and I think he does it because he's slight insecurities, maybe, I don't know, because he's showed vulnerabilities before, and as much as he's really good at what he does, he has vulnerabilities, and I think he enjoys the celebrity lifestyle, and that's not me. We're completely different people. I don't fear this man. I don't know much about him, but we're going to fight, and that's it.
Well, look, obviously we know for anybody that's not going to be there, obviously in Orlando, Florida, it's live on dazn in the Caribou Royal. Like I said, it will hang on the 24th of February. We obviously wish you the very best. Obviously, it's the 3rd fight I'm not getting to, but obviously in the previous 2 occasions you come back with knockout victories. Go well, obviously on the 24th of February, and we'll see you back in Belfast for the homecoming.
Thank you very much, and thank you to all the support that I've got from boxing tickets and Irish boxing through all the years. It's been amazing, and hopefully this is the fight that pays them all off.
Thanks for your time, Polly.